Hey everybody! I decided I'd come and show you what I've been up to lately. Um, I wanted to go ahead and try my hand at making some of these face masks for obvious reasons. Now, I'm just going to say this was not my pattern or idea, of course. I am not the best sewer out there. I'm self-taught, admittedly. And, you know, the overwhelmingly, you know, best direction is for everybody to stay at home. So I'm not telling you that you should be moving around with this. You should be going out and doing stuff. That's not my idea. The idea is that if I need to leave the house to get groceries or to go to the pharmacy or to go to doctor's appointments, that this is for my health and safety. And so I'm not recommending that this be something that you do every day. So this is just me just saying I did this because there are some places that I have to go sometimes. And in order for me to stay safe, I felt like this was necessary for me. And you all can make the decision for yourselves, right? So I just wanted to share what I have done. I made 2 masks, one for me and one for my husband. And I did not have to buy any of the supplies because I had it already. How about that? I'm a crafter. I hoard a lot of different things, not just stamps and dies. I had planned at many points in time to do some more sewing, so I'm getting around to it again. So this is the pattern that I used, and this person, she's actually on YouTube as well, but here is her website. And I downloaded 2 different patterns. She has a video for both of these, which I found very easy to watch and understand for somebody who doesn't sew a lot. But she has 2 different types of masks here. This is the one that actually, the pattern that I followed. But I combined them together. And why did I do that? Because this one actually has a pocket for a medical mask. And that's what I wanted to have. In addition to the this is more of like an all over coverage type mask. She doesn't have an image of her with the other mask on, but this is the one that you normally see people making with the pleats, and that just seemed like more work to me than to do the other one for some reason. So I watched the videos for both of these. I downloaded the patterns for both of them, but in the end I chose to do this pattern, but I combined some of the steps that she had in this one, because there's a pocket in this, with doing this one. So that's what I did. Okay, these are the 2 masks. I'll show you what I used. I have a bunch of these clips instead of using pins, because I tend to lose them, and then when I lose them I step on them. So I switched to the clips unless I need the pins for a very small amount of things. Again, here's the pattern that I used. I just printed this out from my printer. She's got different sizes here. Adult, teen, child, and toddler. And her pattern was free, so I downloaded this from her website. This is the fabric. Now, I couldn't have my husband walking around with this type of fabric on his face. I don't think he'd be happy if I did that. So I used some Santoro fabric that I had from the Gorgeous Girls. This is the most masculine print that I have in my stash. It's just black and white stripes. There are no Gorgeous Girls on here. But I wanted to make, I think it was a bag at one point. I don't know, or a pillow or something like that. So I have a bunch of the fabric from Santoro with different Gorgeous Girls on them. And this is what I used for his mask. And this is the one I used for mine. This one, I don't even know where I got this from, but it is Esty from the Alexander Henry Fabrics Collection 2006. I have no idea where I purchased it from, but I do know that these are very, what do you call it? These are 100% cotton, and they are very fine quality. Just the hand of this fabric and the other one, you can tell. And, they say that you could tell whether you're supposed to use 100% cotton for the masks, for sake of being able to launder it, to sterilize it, and to keep the virus from clinging to the mask, right? So that's what I use for mine, is 100% cotton. You also need some wire, and instead of the floral wire that she has in her instructions, I used chenille straw, which is, what are these called? Um, the pipettes, whatever they're called. I'm sure you guys are telling me what these are called. Okay, so these are the cut pieces. You cut 7 inches, and you will sew this into the mask, so that when you go to put the mask over your nose, it will hold the shape of your face. So it'll be more snug against your face, like, kind of like that. So this is just the remnants of those two things that I used. The other thing that I used, I couldn't find my bias tape, which you can sew from fabric. People have been using elastic. From my understanding, the elastic we all know elastic over time will degrade, right? So the stretch will kind of get lost. But also, it's kind of like, it's irritating to have it behind your ears. So the kind of mask that I did was the kind of, you tie it behind your head. And so I found this yarn. Some of you who have been watching me long enough might have remember me showing this in a haul, and I'd gotten it at Hobby Lobby on clearance for $5.39. This is Craft Tee recycled t-shirt yarn. So this is cotton. It's not 100% cotton because it has some stretch to it. So it's 80% recycled cotton, 20% polyester. And this has stretch to it. You can't see that. So here's a knot right here, right? So if I'm pulling on it, you can see that it has a stretch to it. And it's very soft. This is what I used for the ties instead of the bias tape. Okay. And I have it in a pink and I have it in a white. Those are the two colors I had. So pink for mine, white for his. So let me show you the mask. I won't take his out, but his we're keeping them in these plastic bags so that we can keep them in the car. And so if we go anywhere, have to take a trip anywhere, like the grocery store or the pharmacy or the doctor, we can, have this in the car, and then we can launder it when we need to. So here's the mask. And this has actually 3 layers of fabric. There's 2 layers on the front and a single layer on the back, on the inside. And it's easy to tell which is the inside because it is, the way that it's sewn kind of tells you that. I mean, I guess I could turn it inside out, but, I'll probably just always have it this way. But it has a pocket, so I didn't sew it all the way closed. And there is a medical mask in here now. My husband, before I ever met him, he was taking care of his father, and so he had these left over from being his healthcare provider for some of the things that he needed for his health. He's since passed away, but he had these medical supplies. We kept a few masks for ourselves and then donated the rest of what he had, like gloves and aprons and stuff like that he had in his supply to other people who need it. So this is what we have left of the masks. We kept a few just in case. So like I said, inside here is a medical mask. It's not one of those N95 masks, obviously. But I did sew with a zigzag stitch the chenille pipe cleaner. That's the word, pipe cleaner, into the inner layer, so that if I put it on, you have something to kind of contour to your face. This is the type of mask that, like in the picture, she was wearing it, and it covers like under your chin. So if you were somebody that, like, if your husband had facial hair, you would want to cover his beard. too. And this will do that because this is a full sort of facial mask. My husband had his on, and it does cover like a good portion of his face, all the way up to almost his, his eyes. Same here for me as well. And then these little straps on the back just tie behind your head. And one can go, the top ones can go over your ears so it doesn't slip down. And then the bottom ones kind of down towards the bottom of your head or your neck area behind your neck. So it's very comfortable. I had it on for a brief moment just to make sure it fit me. But this is what I've been working on. It probably took me, because you have to do some ironing as well. It probably took me like 2.5 hours to do both of these. I'm sure somebody who's better at sewing can do these a lot faster than I can. But I wanted to share that with you. That's my crafting stint for this week. And hopefully I'll have some more, maybe some cards. I don't know. We'll see. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.